Good evening friends, welcome to your Learner 171's channel. Let us discuss analysis for tomorrow, that is for 31st of May 2023. But before going any further, what we do is we analyze what happened today, what we analyzed for yesterday for today's analysis. Like yesterday we clearly mentioned that if we mentioned three different scenarios for gap up, gap down as well as flat. Flat में हमने clear cut कहा था if we open flat and if there is a positive price action where the low is not broken, we will go in longs. But again at 10 somewhere around 10:45 a.m. on Money Control Forum, I had clearly mentioned that if higher highs are not being maintained and if the low of the previous high is getting broken, there is no point in going in long. And you may see that in 18600 ka CE2 what happened. This is where we opened today. Let me just scroll here. Okay, this is where we opened. We had a very good scenario. See, this was the closing for yesterday for 18600 CE. It closed at 75. In the morning itself we had a very good higher high ka scenario, but since from 10:45 am, the time when I posted, this was the time when I posted that it is not maintaining the higher high scenario, and that is the reason it is better to get out of the trade, and it will only decay. It will only decay the premiums. And you may see that still if someone has got out from the calls at this level somewhere around 86, still that person wouldn't have suffered losses. And then from here it again kept on going down, and still even if it has closed somewhere around 84, but again not above the high of today and also not above the high of yesterday, giving the benefit only to call writers who had been writing since yesterday. This was the overall scenario. Even if you see put, agar put ko bhi dekho 18600 ke, so you may notice that what was yesterday's closing. Kal ka closing tha 70. Put was closed at 70, 18600 strikes, and you may see that today's closing is at 40. So it had still decayed from where, from all the way from 70 to the 40, decaying 30 points. So the scenario was neither beneficial for call buyers and also it was not beneficial to put buyers. Why? Because again it maintained the sideways trend. Yesterday we had discussed, in yesterday's video also I have drawn, it has maintained sideways trend and it has not maintained the upward scenario. It has not maintained this upward scenario. Even for put buyers it has to maintain this downward ka scenario. If it is maintaining such kind of downward scenario, it is beneficial for put buyers where the lows, where the high are lowers, that is lower highs are being made, and for call buyers it needs to be higher highs. Both the scenarios were not maintained, and from last 2 days what we are seeing is only the sideways trend, which is not beneficial once again for both the buyers. Now what further? Iske aage kya? In order to understand what further, let us come back to days frame. And days frame, I've always discussed that whenever, let me just close all these lines. On the days frame, I've always discussed that whenever we are going in uptrend, without even retracing or without even going for any profit booking, there will come certain days which will go for profit booking or retracement. See, the trend has not changed here. Since 29th March 2023, the trend has been upward. But if we keep on going consistently upward without even booking profit even for once, you may see from 29th March till 13th of April, almost half a month, there was no profit booking, and then there came 6 consistent days. Here there are 5 consistent days where we can see that the retracement came, profit booking came, and then again it resumed the journey. Similarly from here it pumped, कोई भी previous recent lows break नहीं हुआ था, और यहाँ से pump होके for 4 days again it went for retracement and profit booking. Now again from here you may see that from 19th of May the highs are being maintained. You may see 2 red candles here, but still this 2 reds never broke the previous low. Previous day ka low break nahi hua tha, and again the highs are maintained. So now what further? Now while going so much of high, buying any call again further, when if a gap up happens, then buying a call is again a risky business, because this people never book profit. People who have stayed long from 19th of May, they never got to get out of the trade. So agar gap up ho jata hai aur wo gap up comes anywhere closer to this range, anywhere closer to 18672 or this range 18726, which had stayed as resistance for such a longer frames, तो फिर there may be a chances of profit booking. So how we may understand profit booking and how we can take advantage of it? On 5 minutes frame, if I see any gap up opening which is closer to 18700, when I say closer to 18700, then it needs to be anywhere in the range of 18690 or 18700 or 1871020. Okay, and if it makes a negative price action with 15 minutes candle, and if it makes a negative price action with 15 minutes candle, then the high of the candle I'll consider it as SL, and from the low of the candle I'll consider an intraday short opportunity, for where intraday short opportunity till the closing of today, till 18639. And if the price action is going for this lower highs and lower frames, lower highs and lower lows ka frame, this way, if price action is going this way downwards without breaking the previous high, then I'm interested in continuing the shorting for intraday. Okay, the trend is upward, let me again repeat it, but we are discussing intraday for tomorrow if gap up happens. Okay, what if gap up happens and again it is sustained? If gap up happens, then again it is sustained at 18700 or 18720. I'll just wait 1 hour for price action. If price action again turns positive, I may consider long. But if price action is sustained and if it goes sideways, we are not taking any trade. If gap up is sustained with sideways movement, we are not taking any trade. If gap up continues with a positive price action, this is what I call a positive price action, where higher highs are maintained and not a single lower low is being broken. So अगर ऐसा price action बनता है, so then we are interested, or else we are not. So we discussed flat opportunity if it is going up. Okay, so we discussed gap up opportunity if it is making 15 minutes ka negative candle, and also we discussed gap up opportunity if it is being maintained. What if we again open flat? अगर वापस से flat खुलते और flat खुलने के बाद भी if we are able to break this high, okay, if again we are able to break 18660, 680 and make a positive price action. When I say positive price action, I don't want the candle to go sideways. Like today in the morning from 9:15 till 10:15, we had this price action positive where the reds were not breaking previous reds. Understand that reds were not breaking previous reds, and from 10:45 was the time. You can see through my crosshair also, 10:45 was the time when the previous reds were being broken. If this is happening, we are not interested. But with a flat opening, if positive price action is happening, we will again consider a long. Similarly, if it opens flat and if it breaks the previous low, what is low? This, you can see this bullish hammer kind of candle, this first opening candle on 5 minutes frame, 9:15 candle. The low of this candle is 18575. So again, if we open flat and if we are still breaking this low of 18575 with a 15 minutes negative candle, then the high of that candle will be considered SL, and as long as it is making then lower highs and lower lows. Now what is again lower highs and lower lows? I'll come back here. This kind of price structure is being maintained. I am ready for shorting opportunity till where? Till this gap filling, and if price action is continuing, I am ready to stay in the trend. We discussed both the scenarios, gap up, positive as well as negative, flat, positive as well as negative. What is left? Gap down. Now again, when for such a long time there has been no single profit booking, and still if we are opening gap down, somewhere around 18500 or somewhere around this 18450, let me bring back this lines. Why this lines? Because these lines are those support which have been formed. So any gap down opening closer to this point or closer to 18500 or closer to 18460, and if it is again maintained by a positive price action, I am interested in going for long till the previous closing or till the previous swing high. That is, if we open gap down somewhere close to 18495, 18400, 18500 or somewhere close to this level 18460 with a positive price action, I am interested in going for long. If the price action happens negative with gap down, I will simply leave the trade again. Why? Because all these sides are again a very strong support. I just need to see कि अगर डे का कैंडल 18400 के नीचे if it can close, then only we may think for a long term negative trend. Like we may change our view completely then. Till then, if it is opening gap down going for negative trend, we will avoid. Opening gap down and going for positive trend, only then we will consider long. So this is how we have discussed all the three scenarios for tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.